And we're back. Told you it was 2 seconds, but hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 4, Episode 16 called Stomping Grounds. So we picked up where we left off 2 seconds ago with Marlon acting a damn fool, low key, high key on the stage at the Orlando Spring Break Festival. And does it get anywhere? No, not really. Uh, I guess they were able to dissipate everything. You got security guards coming out, well, police coming out, whatnot, to try to dissipate, saying, "Where's Lucas? Where's Lucas?" This and that. Flo says that she wants to, have a reason for them to pull her on stage. So in her mind, she's like, let me go try to hype up the crowd so they'll want her to come on stage to perform. Unfortunately, that backfires on her because when she tries to do this to hype up the crowd, let's go, let's go, let's go. They just looking at her like, girl, no, you trying to hype up what is going on right now on stage. I think that's what the crowd mindset was, not so much of, oh no, we don't want to see Flo, but Flo, get your husband. So the crowd starts booing her. I think Gael feels bad. I low key felt bad, and I guess security kicked them off stage, saying they done, bye, and they're going to the golf cart so they could go back to their um, dressing room so they could pack up and leave. Excuse me. And then Gael goes after them and tells Flo that she needs to go perform. Gael drunk. Okay, what else is new? She's telling Flo she needs to go perform and tries to persuade her. Flo is just over at this point, and the last person she told her she wants to see is Gael. So she's like, Gael, please, no, I'm not doing this. And when they're driving to the dressing room, Flo does a live and she cries. I understand like the whole situation was effed up. And she felt she was sabotaged. Yeah, you probably were. Because when they got back to the Airbnb, I believe it was, they have a little meeting about Flo says they need to get to the bottom of what done happened. And she believes Shasty, however you say her name, is behind it all. She probably was. Flo. Girl, Flo, I don't really take too care for you and your music, but that's who it was. I was about to call her Shasty. I'm so sorry, Flo. Yes, the Shasty, it was, because the fact that your night started off with her walking into your dressing room and throwing fake flowers at you, even though it ended up bouncing off her head, yes, it was her all the way. So we move on to Ray J. I forgot he was on this damn show. He's at a day party at his old house with Trick and Hose, and Ray J is so dramatic. When he was talking about him and Princess in his confessional, he was like, I was dying at the hospital, and Princess don't care, and she left me for dead. He didn't say that word for it. I just paraphrase and be dramatic, but he talks with Trick, of course, after he let the hoes and stuff walk away with a drink with the bottle, and they talk about Ray J's divorce and how he was abandoned at the hospital by all his family, especially Princess. And I guess Princess didn't go because she was upset that there was bitches at their house with her clothes on. If that's the case, I mean, Princess, just buy some more. Y'all got money, okay? Just buy some more. I understand that's disrespectful, but Princess, y'all been dealing with this since day one. Like, this is nothing new. So I try to feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, this is nothing new. He been doing this since day one. So anyway, whatever. Is same thing, different episode with them. Just like the other people I'm not gonna talk about. Anyway, so they talking, him and Trick and whatnot. Trick talks about Joy and how when she be with other guys, it feels like he had heart surgery. So now y'all gonna trauma bond on y'all ex-wives, current wives, technically, that are ex-wives at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, not y'all gonna trauma bond on the fact that y'all wives wants to move on from y'all. Trick lets Ray J know that he needs to just let her go. And I'm like, oh, that's funny you say that, Trick, because You want to say let her go, but you're not letting Joy go from y'all marriage, because technically y'all still married and didn't get a divorce. So if you're gonna tell Ray J to let it go, then Trick, you need to let it go too. Okay, take your own advice. Let Joy get her divorce so she could get married to the man that she about to move in the house with. Thank you. We move on to Nori. He's at Neri's juice bar, and they show the celebrities that was at the bar. And I mean, the photos may be real, but it looked photoshopped to me. It really looked hella photoshopped to me, but whatever. And I see Neri and Nori's son, Noah, and Noah looked just like his daddy. From the eyebrows to the facial structure to everything. That's a spitting image of Nori. Spitting image. Nori, you can't deny this one. Okay. Well, not that you should deny, not that you should deny any of your kids, but this one, Noah, that's your twin, bro. That's just you in a younger form, literally. But anyway, he wants to bring his boys to New York so they can see where he lived, where and how he grew up. So that was cool. We move on to Princess. She's talking about her divorce with Ray. Her best friend Jason comes over to visit. So she's so happy. And she has a friend because he asked her, is there a guy you're talking to? She's like, it's a friend. So you already know what that means. And she just says Ray is for the streets and she's for the sheets, but not everybody sheets. Congratulations, Princess. I mean, you're going to get back with Ray tomorrow, so it's whatever. We get to K Bill. He still calls Suki his best friends, even with all the things that they be going through. He goes to eat oxtails with his aunt. And I'm just looking at his aunt like, oh, she made sure she dressed to the nines to be on this TV show. She made sure her makeup was on point, her outfit was on point, her jewelry was on point, and making sure when she was eating them oxtails, she was going to eat very cute and proper, because we know if you were behind closed doors, you're going to be sucking the hell out of those oxtail bones. But she was like, no, I'm going to keep it cute. K Bill didn't care. He was like, nah, man, I'm going to eat this food the way I eat this food, He be having his gut out and all. Listen, confidence is key, guys. But they talk about his mother. Unfortunately, she passed away, and he doesn't really talk about it. His mother, especially Suki, wants him to be vulnerable in that aspect, but he doesn't really want to. And the aunt suggested that he needs to go visit the gravesite. I guess he only went to see the gravesite only once. So he's going to, take that initiative to go visit his mom and talk to his mom at the gravesite. So we get to Nori. He's in New York with the boys and taking them down memory lane of his past. Nothing to take from there. That was, hey, any kid wants to see, well, not any kid, but I would assume a lot of kids would like to see where their parents grew up. I would like that luxury, just one day we just got to plan a trip to Haiti so I could go to both sides of my parents and their families to see where they grew up. That would be cool to see, but that hasn't happened yet. We haven't planned that. We haven't thought that far ahead, so maybe one day. But we get to Florence and her team. They sit down with Shasi and her manager. And Shasi wants Flo to apologize for Flo calling herself the queen of compa, because Flo don't even make compa music. And then it didn't look like Flo denied it, but she was just like, girl, mind your business. Mind what you got going on. Mind your own. Mind the music that you have going on. Don't be worried about me over here. So Shasi's manager was like, Mon is the one who effed up because he's the one who went on stage and caused the whole commotion. And it didn't help that Flo was trying to hype it up. So that made it even worse for them. And Flo was like, y'all should be honored to even be my presence right now. So I guess Shasi, it went under, cut a little deep for Shasi. It went under her skin a little bit. So she throws a drink at Flo. Flo throws some straws at her. Then another drink is thrown at, security gets in between and nobody be hitting nobody. It's just drinks flowing all over the damn place. And, they separate them. That's where the meeting ends. The management, Shasi's manager was telling Marlon that he gonna have to be the one that's paying for all the damages and stuff. I did chuckle a little bit at that. And when they get into the car, here go Flo, she going off, understandably so, because she's like, we shouldn't even be fighting about this. She don't understand why they gotta fight when they should be coming together. You're absolutely right, Flo. I will give you that. Yes, as for the Haitian community, it's not that big to some. They don't, see that as big. You don't really be seeing Haitian performers, all that stuff out here. We have seen Jesse Wu on Love and Hip Hop Miami, but other than that, this is the actual performer. I mean, Jessie Wu is a performer too. Okay, she sings, she has beautiful voice. But as far as that's what they do, Flo, this is what she do. Like I said, I don't be checking for Flo. Like I will always make that disclaimer. But I'm not gonna, be no hating ass me. Flo does a thing, for some. But I agree. Yes, as Haitian performers trying to make it in this world and in America, yes, you should come together to, try to just do an event, but not sabotage the other. Because Shasti, to be honest with you, I didn't know about you till Flo talked about you, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know who you are. Okay. If I do, I may have heard a song, but not realized it was you. Okay. There's a lot of songs I be hearing. I'm like, oh, I like this song, but I don't know who the artist is. So I'm sorry for that. But if it wasn't for Flo, I wouldn't even know who the hell you are. So you might want to thank Flo for that, because technically Flo put you on a TV show. If you want to, if you want to be real about it, she put you on a TV show, bro. So I mean, you should really be thanking her. And if Flo wants to call herself Queen of Compa, even though she don't make no compa music, well then, whatever. Call yourself something. You could call yourself the real Queen of Compa. That's pettiness, petty drama, really. That's all it is. But we're gonna move on to Nori and the boys. They visit his hometown. He visits the sister. They go to see the dad's mural. I believe his name was Victor Mambo. Listen, Nori, your daddy was fine. Very good looking man. He was a very good looking man. The daddy was a very good looking man. That's all I'm gonna say on that. The daddy was a very good looking man. And I was like looking at Nori and the brother and sister. I'm like, y'all cute too. But your daddy by far just surpassed all three of y'all. But then again, all y'all came from y'all daddy's nutsack. So I mean, that's cool too. But y'all daddy was very, very well looking man. Nori gets a haircut on the block, and while they're talking about the dad, his sister does get emotional. And the brother was just like, okay, calm down with all that mess. But hey, if she want to get emotional about her daddy not being there and all he did for the community, let her cry. Y'all mess. Anyway, K Bill goes to visit his mom at the gravesite. Suki's with him for moral support. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. The aunt's there too. He lets us know that it does trigger him to go to the gravesite, so that's why he never really went in the first place. And they, just stand there. K Bill talks with his mother at the gravesite. I see that they blurred out the mom's last name, maybe for privacy reasons or whatever reasons that they have. That's fine. I just want to make mention of that, because usually I always remember that they would show the whole name on the gravesite in shows like these, and even at the end of the episode they would say, in loving memory of such and such, but I guess they didn't do that this episode, whatever. And he talks to her, and the aunt tells the mom that Suki does have her approval and blessing, and it was just a sensual moment. So sorry for your loss once again, K Bill. If I didn't say it, I'm saying it now, so sorry if I didn't say it before. But so sorry for your loss. I can only imagine the loss of a parent, especially if you didn't even get to, grow up with them and love them the way you should have loved them. So sorry for that. And here we go with this last scene. Princess and Ray J. She goes to visit him at his new spot because he done got apartment, penthouse, whatever you want to call it, 5 minutes from her place, because he ain't trying to be driving for no hour and stuff to visit and pick up his kids. So he shows her the house. She likes it, especially the kids' room. And, they're in the kitchen. Ray J talking about he's done being a bachelor. Princess said that he says that every year. And I guess they try to cheers, but instead it turns into arguing about bitches, hospitals, and divorce. So he says he wouldn't bring their kids. No, he was complaining to her that she wouldn't bring their kids to him on his deathbed. And had he were to die, she would just come to the funeral and then leave early. And Princess didn't really deny anything. She really didn't deny it. So, I mean, is that the truth, Princess? I mean, y'all relationship toxic anyway. So what else is new? So anywho, uh, Princess saying you've been trying to f bitches since the day of their wedding, and he denies it. He says, "I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's roll back here because he said she been effing with a guy. She was like, yeah, I am. He's like, it was probably three guys. She's like, no, it's one. He's like, okay, well, whatever, one. And she's like, well, you be trying to f strippers and prostitutes. This nigga's, he had the nerve to, he said, they don't count though. See, I'm keeping my composure now, but when I heard that, I was giggling a storm. I'm like, wait, hold up, wait, what? To who? It don't count to who you? Because if it counts to Princess, then it counts. If y'all in a monogamous relationship, anybody you sleep with, anybody you do anything with outside of the person you married to or in a monogamous relationship with, it counts. What are you talking about? He said it don't count. I'm just like, Ray J, really? But if Princess were to do it with strippers and prostitutes that were men, it will count for you though, right? Double standard. Straight up double standard. But they continue arguing and he cusses at her. You know, of course they bleep everything out, so I don't know what he was saying, but he said something, and he just makes a toast to the dudes that are talking to his wife and said, what would the kids think, Princess? He didn't say that, but you know, I just added her name just for dramatic effect, since they like to do things for dramatic effect. So once he says that, Princess gets up and goes crying to the bathroom because how dare he put her parenting into question, questions her parenting. She's a good mom and everybody else knows she's a good mom. Princess, you don't know how Ray J is right now. Don't both of y'all go blow for blow? You know, that's what I'm trying to understand. Don't you be going blow for blow. You be calling him all types of bitches and stuff and, you know, treat him like a little bee and call him like literally like a little bee and all this stuff. And, you know, he goes for the low blow and says, what would your kids think about you? Like, both y'all go for the low blow. What else is this? Is nothing new. Okay, they just want to add this. You know, you could have really left this for next week. I didn't need to see this week because it's like, for what? For what? So that's it. You know, Ray J still talking junk. He takes off his shirt, goes to the door, and still trying to antagonize her and stuff. And then she just throws her mic out of the bathroom door, and that's where the episode ends. So then for next week, I guess Shassi's manager told Flo she need new management. So I guess she's gonna take that into consideration. And next week, who she gonna go visit to be her potential new manager? Dawn. Dawn from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta years back. Was she Mimi's manager? I don't remember. But I remember she was somebody's manager in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And she was a little messy too. But I do think I remember her saying she did move to Miami or to Florida. Whatever. She gonna go visit her. Flo gonna go visit her for her potentially be the new manager. And Dawn was like, well, first order of business, you need to get rid of your husband. You know Flo ain't gonna do that, girl. So why y'all even you can make that suggestion, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, Marlon could do whatever he wants. She's still gonna stick beside him. So girl, bye. Anyway, we gonna see how that pans out next week. That was the end of this episode. So if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment. Mainly on what you thought of the whole Florence situation, and what do you think Shassi's problem is? You let me know. But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow from Married at First Sight. Bye.